A community plagued by fires and flooding last year is bracing for monsoon season as they saw more rushing waters just yesterday. News 13's Marilyn Upchurch spoke with Ruidoso residents about what they experienced during last night's latest round of flooding.
Yesterday's flooding rushed through Ruidoso, but those in the village want the public to know that they are still open for business. And the village says they've worked hard on their drainage system to help with any future flooding. Just 1 year after the village of Ruidoso saw major flooding in the burn scars from the South Fork and salt fires, yesterday the area experienced rushing waters again.
Definitely not as high as it did to the point of last year's big devastating one, but it's definitely concerning how much it's still coming up, how much debris, especially with the little bit of rain.
Teddy Harrell lives in the Upper Canyon area. She saw the flood waters rushing down the mountain next to her house.
What it normally looks like, it's kind of just the trickle right now. But yesterday it was actually up above right here.
Harrell says her property didn't have any damage, but the water brought debris with it.
The volume has not increased, but the velocity of the water has. So the vegetation in the mountains that we lost from the fires controlled the speed of the water as it flowed down the mountain into the drainages.
The general manager of Midtown Mountain Campground and RV Park says thanks to the village's flood control efforts, his business did not have any damage from yesterday's flooding. The village says due to yesterday's flooding, they had to close some low water crossings, but things were back to normal after a few hours. Since last year, they've added floodgates and barriers to help divert the water back into the channels, and they say they will continue that work.
Upstream, we've put in a bunch of trash racks, and then we've built a lot of sediment ponds that, will help mitigate some of that's coming down.
The village wants the public to know about an interactive flood map they have to show road closures and more.
We don't want people to think that it's not safe to come here, because it is safe to come here, and we're open and all of our attractions are open.
The village says sandbags are available to residents. They can be picked up at the Ruidoso Convention Center and at Wingfield Park. They expect these burn scar floods to stick around for the next 5 years. Back to you.
All right, Marilyn, thank you. Now, the village tells us in order to help with the drainage of the floodwaters, they are now using state and federal funds. They say they have already received some of that funding, and as part of the process, they will continue to apply for more.